You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode 249, the final episode of this season of Dog and Pony Show, posted July 2020. Very special holiday episode.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill, but not just any Total Party Kill, a special holiday episode of Total Party Kill. What holiday? It's a mystery. I'm not going to tell you until later when I do tell you. I'm Tony Sindelar. I am your Dungeon Master, and this is the Dog and Pony Show. Allow me to introduce our players, and they will introduce their characters. First off, he puts the R in Arbor Day. It's Dan Morin.
Arr, matey. I be playing Crucible, the Warforged Cleric.
Next up, she puts the R in March Equinox. It's it's Eric Ensign.
Hi.
They're only going to get worse people.
My middle initial is R, and I am playing Brildish, who is a dwarven paladin. And also Pony Cindelarent.
Next up, she puts the R in Cybar Monday. It's Aline Sims.
I don't know what to do. Hi, I play Imra Soliana and her dog Androdite.
Pro tip, fellow podcasters, if your episode is starting a good 30 minutes late, you can use that time to develop a better opening than what I've been doing.
This is gold.
Next up, she puts the R in Super Bowl Sunday. It's Jane Rett.
Touchdown. I am playing Lena Doolina, the human rogue.
And finally, he puts the R in Talk Like a Pirate Day. September 19th, it's Micah Sargent.
It be Micah Sargent, and he is Elevar, the half-elf Jude.
I will point out,
all right,
almost all of our characters have R in their name, with the exception of Lena, but including Pony Cindelarent and Androdite. And Irina Kalyana.
Yeah.
What's that other guy's name?
Rumbrand.
His name is literally Argo.
Yeah, right. I figured out Barovia, guys.
Yeah. It's secret, but there's a thin veneer of Eastern European, and then it's like, it's pirate all the way down.
Movie pirate.
Welcome back to the Dog and Pony Show. We are continuing to explore the good, the bad, mainly just the bad in Barovia. That's Big Barovia, that's Little Barovia, and today it's Vallaki. We are nearing the end of the adventurer's third day in the town of Vallaki, the jewel of Barovia, according to at least one Burgermeister and self-styled baron. You have attempted to join a book club. You have attempted to murder a guy with a monster arm. I mean, like, you've thought about it. You haven't really invested a lot in it. We're not counting these as failures, just as things you haven't done yet. You have gotten yourself very intertwined in the politics of this horrible little town. You have discovered various bad things and various just weirdo, confusing things. The question is, what will you do next in this very special holiday episode of Total Party Kill?
Very special.
It is late afternoon / early evening, and you have gathered in a quiet corner at the Blue Water Inn, a tavern that is now out of wine, which is a problem, and are planning your next moves, which might be things you'll do tomorrow. It might be things you'll do this very night.
I think
So the festival starts tomorrow.
Indeed, it is an auspicious day. Tomorrow is a holiday here in Vallaki. Tomorrow is the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Wheat.
All will be well.
I think we are investigating the strange noises that Lena heard in the Baron's mansion upstairs, and thought perhaps under the cover of darkness might be the best time to gain entry.
Yes, I think they may have some kind of captive up there, or a prisoner of some kind.
That seems unusual place. One would think you would keep those in some sort of facility like a jail.
Oh, I thought we came to the realization that you're required to have someone screaming in your upstairs or downstairs.
It's a zoning thing.
That's a
Barovia.
zoning
Yeah.
regulation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Barovian zoning culture is surprisingly rich.
You save on taxes that way.
Nope, you don't.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Their taxes are very regressive. We covered that last time.
Also, part of me feels like we have not yet really had a good night's sleep, so maybe we should be doing all our activities during the evening and try to sleep during the day.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea. Thinking.
Yeah, using that head.
He may
There-
not have a heart, but he does have a brain.
All right, you guys get like another minute of pirate talk, and then it's gonna
Look,
be
it is the
there start to
holiday.
be
I'm
in-game
celebrating.
penalizations. So
Well, what if Elevor bumped his head and now can only talk like a pirate?
This campaign.
Barovia really is the worst place.
Yeah,
what if Micah Sargent was my friend who respected me? So
What
Now
if?
that would be a wild world.
yeah, sorry,
Just kidding, Tony.
Sorry, that's deep fantasy. So,
Much love.
I mean, I'm thinking that at night, probably there will be a bunch of people in the mansion, whereas
Yes.
during the festival, there might be fewer people in the mansion because apparently attendance is mandatory.
attendance is mandatory.
All will be well.
All will be well. Yes, Lena Delina did scout about 50%, maybe more than that, of the second floor of the Burgermeister / Baron's mansion. And there was a room where there seemed to be, based on sound only, some kind of captive. And it was, right in the vicinity of various personal quarters where one might traditionally be sleeping at night.
Mm-hmm.
Was locked. And unfortunately, the lock was just too complicated. There were certainly no lock picking related mishaps on my attempt.
The cover of having been on a solo mission. They have to believe whatever you tell them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reasonable suggestion.
So it seems like your ethical dilemma is, do you break into a house at night or during a festival? It's a real prisoner's dilemma. Because
During
you're going to go
festival, I
rescue
think.
a prisoner.
Festival.
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah, I think we try to sleep tonight and break in during the cover of
Do
festival.
we have our sleeping protocol down yet? Have we figured all this out to our satisfaction?
I feel like whatever we did last time made a lot of sense. I just don't remember off the top of my head what it was. We should add that
we
to our
had
notes.
the person who doesn't sleep, or sorry,
Sleep
the being
protocol.
who doesn't sleep near.
I think I was
The
between
window?
Irina and the window.
Yeah.
We can infer that we have a recording of that, and you will commence sleep protocol, which is your patented plan to sleep in shifts and leverage the various people that only need to meditate or do not need to sleep at all in order to keep things protected. Also, added bonus, you now have an assassin sort of to help you out in the form of Argal the Vistani. He can take a shift. He's happy to help. He did try to murder you, not very well, less than 24 hours
Yeah, it
ago.
didn't really try all that hard.
We really brought him
I
around.
mean,
though.
can we trust him?
He's very reformed. I don't know. So you let me say, you have been trusting him. I don't know if you can trust him.
Let's put it this way. We can keep him near the door, keep Irina near the window, and put me and Imra in between so that we kind of have some obstacles for him should he try anything funny.
Okay, so you have a light supper at the Blue Water Inn. You make your plan of attack for tomorrow, and you turn in your usual sleeping in shifts. That's the plan?
That's the plan.
Yep.
It's not too hard to get to sleep. Things are particularly quiet at the Blue Water Inn. It seems like without a steady supply of wine, a lot of his loyal customers aren't so loyal. And so you spend most of the night pretty quietly resting, relaxing, recharging. It's probably can't be more than an hour before dawn. When who would be on guard duty around then?
Was Brildish last or first?
I can't remember when Elevor was. I think
We'll
Elevor was
say-
last.
Okay.
Elevor with the damn
So
voice.
Elevor, you hear kind of a noise at the window.
This again.
Ah, which window?
The one that is not broken and boarded up.
The one. That is
One of your remaining intact windows.
Okay, let me just go ahead and do some perception checking here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just roll one of these here D20s is what we do to roll for perception. And, well, you get a 14 and you add a 3 to that. That's going to be a 17 I got there. 17 perception.
All right. There appears to be a small animal flapping, scratching, maybe a little column A, little column B at the window.
Okay. Elevor walks over to, he sort of walks and shuffles a little column A, little column B to the window and says, shoo, shoo.
There is a small brown bat flapping at the window, kind of scratching. It is, pretty much your standard bat. Not particularly big, not particularly fearsome. But what makes it unusual from a standard bat is the cargo. It has a little scroll, kind of tied with a little piece of string to its foot.
Elevor is the only one awake, right?
Yep.
Would Androdite hear this and kind of nudge Imra awake?
Probably.
Well, I'm still saying shoo, shoo, shoo.
The bat seems very intent on just kind of flapping against the window.
You got a sign
It's
for
little-
the courier
it's little-
bat delivery. It's
Yeah,
really,
the little scroll is clinking against the glass.
I'll whisper to Elevor, what are you doing? What's going on?
Okay, so there's a bat at the window and it's holding a roll of toilet paper.
Is there toilet paper in Barovia?
Oh dear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I'm relieved, but
I think it's holding a roll of toilet paper. Some sort of parchment.
okay, I'll get up and go to the window.
I'm going to whisper to, again, I really don't think we should open the window to the bat. Like, I'm comfortable going outside. I didn't know bats cawed. I kind of know a thing or two about animals, and cawing is not natural for a bat. I would be happy to go outside and meet this bat, but I don't think we should let it inside.
I'm going to grab an arrow and I'm going to
Ooh. So I
I'm
sort of
gonna
open the window. You
crack. Yeah, like let's just crack it just
Okay.
a little bit and let me slide the arrow through.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
I'm not sure if I totally understand what you're doing.
I'm going to
Imra.
see if it'll
Land on the arrow.
if it'll like slide the roll of parchment onto the arrow.
If it's a dexterous bat.
Yeah.
Is this
Dex check bat.
Is this a persuasion check on the bat?
It's a
I think it's an
performance check
intelligence
from the
check.
bat.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna roll for the bat's intelligence. 19. All right. The bat seems momentarily confused, and then it kind of it gets the little scroll right on the arrow,
Heck
and
yeah.
it kind of now the bat is still attached to the scroll. It's flapping very hard to try and get away, but the bat is attached to the scroll, which is now wrapped around the arrow.
I reach my hand out and untie it.
All right, you
Just
just there's like a little string you're just able. You don't even have to touch the bat. You just say, well, you pull the little thing, and it goes in, and the bat is gone.
Good. Goodbye. See ya.
Okay, and I'll pull the arrow and the scroll in.
All right, so dawn is just starting to illuminate the sleepy town of Vallaki. You are standing there with a small scroll while your friends sleep peacefully that you took from a bat. And Imra, I'm going to say you have the scroll. Are you willing to open the scroll?
Sure. Yeah. I'll open the scroll.
All right, Imra,
not a
I'm going to
hag
share
bag.
this. Imra, I'm going to share this with you. Hey, I gave lots of are you sure you won't open the hag bag?
I don't think you really
Mhm.
did. So
Go to the tape. Dan, play the
I'm
tape.
gonna go to the.
All I got is bats.
I'm pretty sure
okay.
it went, do you open it? And Dan said yes.
And I was like, oh gosh, got to figure out what that means. So, Aline, I'm going to share this with you. There should be both a visual of the letter and then in fancy script and then a slightly more readable, normal text below it. And I would like you to give us your best dramatic reading of this short missive that you have received for our listeners.
That is horrible handwriting. Who
Scroll
wrote
down.
that? Oh my gosh. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and I know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle. Oh no. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Oh no. Your host, Strahd von Zarovich.
There are no air horns in Barovia. Only vuvuzelas.
Cannon.
Only vuvuzelas. It is hell.
And so the dawn starts to break here in Vallaki. The light streams in through the windows that are boarded up in your hotel room, and your friends awaken from the first restful night they've had in Barovia.
Yeah.
So there was a bat. It brought parchment, and it was a very smart
Is that
bat.
code?
You know what? Yes,
bat?
but also not in this case. So you know how before we had like big vampires and weird creepy things, and all I wanted in life was a unicorn rug to save us from all of that? Well, there was this bat and it was scratching on the window and I was kind of worried about it. But unfortunately, I was about to blast it with some fire. Or I should say, fortunately, Imra came over and we had a little conversation, and Imra had this bright idea and I don't say bright idea sarcastically, and it was a good thing, stuck an arrow out the window, and the bat somehow understood what we wanted, which was to take its parchment and put it on the arrow. And now we have this creepy message with a creepy wax seal that may be blood, but I can't be sure.
Wax is traditionally not blood.
Traditionally.
Unless it's like the blood of a candle monster.
Oh God, are there candle monsters in Barovia?
I think there are now.
I'm not saying there aren't.
So anyway, here's this. Wait, Imra has this message.
And Strahd
We're-
wants us to meet him at his castle.
Huh.
Why?
Argal falls out of bed.
This seems like an unusual development. I don't understand exactly why he would invite us.
Arena looks disturbed that you're even saying his name.
Well,
Does it say when?
I think it's implied that it's an open invitation.
And it guarantees our safety.
Arena takes this moment to say, guest rights are a sacred obligation here in Barovia, Big Barovia. If one says that, it is binding.
Now, do we have a lawyer we could talk to about how it's binding, how it's not binding? Sort of,
Yeah,
if I accidentally break something in the
It
house, then do we?
Specifically says your passage here will be
Yeah.
a safe one. It does
Yeah.
not say how we will be after we arrive.
Yep.
Just saying.
Also, Strahd's kind of a bit of a gentrifier. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Excuse me, what's wrong with the rest of Barovia, Big Barovia?
well, we have seen the rest of Barovia.
Yeah. Also, I don't think
We're
that
in the jewel, thank you.
vampires are known for their
Open minds.
modesty. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's something to think about, not necessarily a course of action you need to plan right now.
What are the Yelp
I
reviews
think
like for
we
dinner
just
at
wait.
Strahd's?
I haven't been able to get data since.
Yeah.
How many stars?
No data in Barovia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not great.
Yeah, coverage in Barovia is awful.
Yep.
I thought
Email won't load. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but
So, any hoodles, there's a festival coming up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think we
And we've
just
gotta-
carry on like we were going to.
Yeah, just carry on your wayward son.
Mm-hmm.
Blazing Sun.
That too.
Yeah, fine. All right, let us stick with the plan that we have devised. I think that course of action would be the wisest.
And what is your plan exactly?
We're going to infiltrate a building during the festival.
Yeah, wait for the
So I think-
festivities to kick off.
Yeah, and I think some of us stay downstairs.
Are you all going to go to the
watch.
Burgermeister Mansion? Are you going to employ a pony or a dog to scout for you?
I think we should send someone to let us know.
It's early morning. You know that the festival probably gets rolling around noon.
Right. I was going to say we should send perhaps Pony Cindelarent or maybe Elevore in a non-Elevore form to just let us know when they vacated the premises. Also, do we believe that our presence at the festival will be missed? Or as outsiders?
I was wondering about that.
Surely not.
Oh, golly, but the baron knows our faces because we worked pretty closely with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that some of us could go. And if anybody asks, like, oh yeah, we're all here. Crucible just went that way and Lena's over there. And
classic move. You just missed him.
Somebody who's good at deception.
That's
which
funny.
is, I have a +2. It's not, I wouldn't say I'm great at it. But
You guys, after you pull off this heist in this Gothic horror Eastern European themed village, you're totally prepared to get like a divorced set of parents back together. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, it's what I've always wanted.
I think perhaps we should send someone to scout out the Baron's house so that we know when it is safest for us to make our move.
Yes.
Yeah, we could.
That makes
we could
sense.
totally send somebody on pony.
Yeah, that sounds amenable.
Okay, let's do that.
Who is going to volunteer?
I'm clunky, so I probably shouldn't go.
I think I may have overstayed my welcome there. Perhaps someone else.
I feel that I am very recognizable, though I would be happy to do it if that were no obstacle.
I can become unrecognizable.
Aragal says, "I'd like to be useful."
Well, we'll think about it.
Well, we know that the Burgermeister has dogs. Perhaps you could be one such dog and sneak about unnoticed.
Yeah, now that I've seen said dog, I can become said dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elevore, it's totally within your ability to be a kind of, I think they're black mastiffs, right? So you could be a, I don't know if you're an identical dog, but at least an extremely similar looking dog.
I could become a black mastiff puppy, and then surprise!
All of a sudden, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of infighting with the mastiffs. Is this your puppy?
Dogs spontaneously replicate, right? That's the joke.
In my understanding, yes.
Oh.
The birds and the bees, Tony.
So yeah, I suggest for the purposes of podcasting, you pick an idea and commit to it.
Thank you, Tony. See, okay, here's my problem. Why would there just be a random third black mastiff hanging out?
Well, I mean, if him and the dogs are out of the house.
Oh, right. Because he'll be at the festival.
Yeah, the staff in the house wouldn't know if one of them came back.
Very good point. Okay, yes. Elevore, again, as he said, he locks eyes with somebody. This is now his way. He locks eyes with somebody and says, "This doesn't hurt." And then he turns into a black mastiff.
Yeah.
I enjoy that Elevore needs to find his motivation before deciding he's going to become an animal. Like, where would this dog really be?
And yeah, he's going to...
Yeah. Lena explains what room she noticed those strange sounds in.
And now I want to creep to that room, Tony.
Okay. So you head downstairs from your room at the Blue Water Inn. It seems like there is a decent amount more people out on the streets, though the weather is lousy. It is kind of a cold, gray day, and it looks the clouds are extra dark in Barovia, and it seems like rain might be on the forecast.
Would you describe it as frightful?
Frightful, yes. So, are all of you heading to the Burgermeister's mansion, or just one Elevore, Dogivore?
Elevore, I think, and pony? Is it weird to have just like a
Yeah.
dog and a pony? Like
That's the
It is
name
the
of the
Dog and Pony
show.
show.
It's the name of the show, Erica.
I mean, the rest of us can probably loiter around and,
we can
Okay.
go,
get
toward
hyped
it.
for the festival.
Point of
You
order
loiter
is
around
the dog
it-
riding the pony.
No.
No, this is a mastiff.
You loiter around. It does seem like most of the foot traffic is headed toward the town square, which is not too far from the Burgermeister's mansion, but it would be a little bit conspicuous for you to be heading toward the Burgermeister's mansion. Clearly, people are convening at the town square, and that's where everyone is heading. So you'd be moving against kind of foot traffic.
Is there a roundabout
Less suspicious
way?
for a dog and pony wandering around. What was that, Erica?
Is there like a roundabout way that we could,
Back
Sure.
streets.
basically so that at the point that we turn toward wherever the
Yeah.
festival is going to be, we would have to sort of pass the Burgermeister's
You could sneak around
house.
in some, and you could do it. It might take some rolls, and it would certainly take you a little bit more time than just walking there directly.
Well, if we've got
but
the
it is
morning,
possible.
we don't
There
really
is not like
Yeah.
an ocean of people that you're fighting against. It would just be conspicuous. So let's just cut to Dagavor and Pony, who Pony Cindelart are the first to arrive outside the Burgermeister's mansion. There is a wagon with a horse-drawn wagon. Isaac Strasny is supervising. A good half dozen or so of servants are helping to load and assemble a giant wicker kind of sun-shaped thing. There's other servants are off to the side helping children get into costumes. The children are being dressed as flowers. They look nonplussed about it. And it seems like in general things are gearing up for the house to empty out. People are moving various supplies into wagons or carrying them directly to the town square. Things are a bit in disarray because clearly rain was not planned for, and people are very worried about keeping things not soaked with rainwater and not muddy. So things are a bit chaotic.
I will Pony and I have we can communicate telepathically. I don't know
Yes.
exactly what form that takes, so I will pass on however much of that information. Maybe it's just more like a general impression.
Sure.
There's a wagon, they're putting something big on the wagon. There's a lot of people moving around. I will
Yeah.
keep everybody else up to date as I can on
Mhm.
what's happening.
And the rest of you see the general flow of townsfolk, most of them looking pretty sullen. The ones that look happy, it looks forced, making their way, trudging toward the town square, where there's, the platform that had people on stockades has been converted into more of just a stage and less of a torture stage, and eventually the wagon drawn by the horse, Isaac Strasny standing next to it, starts to make its way from the Burgermeister's mansion toward the town square with a large 15-foot high 10-foot diameter ball of wicker that is vaguely sun-like. So do you want to do anything as people are assembling in town square?
So I guess, is the plan that Elevor is the advanced scout, or is he just going to turn into a dog, go upstairs, free the person, and bring them out while everyone else is busy?
I was thinking more advanced scout.
I was going to play it by ear.
But
Yeah,
if
if it
Elevor
seemed
wants
like a
to do
simple
it.
solution,
Yeah.
then I will
I'll
take care of
be
it.
a
but
especially generous dungeon master and point out that there is a possible limiting factor. There is a broken lock.
Yeah, and dogs
between-
can't open doors.
Well, it
They're
may or may not
not
still
great at
be
it.
there. We don't know what has happened in the interim, so that's
Right.
a thing to check.
And,
True.
and also, if there's no one in the building, it's easier to knock down the door or,
Mhm.
yeah,
Elevor-
Mastiff has a nice.
Does Elevor
Well, you
have
don't.
any-
You don't have to stay a dog.
But I want.
But then if
Does
somebody
Elevor
comes
have
up
any
looking,
means of communicating with the rest of us? Well,
That's
from the
my
party?
thing.
yeah, Dan, it's like this.
I meant when you're in the house and we're outside the house.
Dan, I think to answer
Yeah, you
your
just have to listen very closely.
Okay.
well, yeah, Dan, it depends on the person. For you, no.
Okay.
For Erica and Aline, yeah, obviously.
Sure. Fair.
So,
Right, but we're in different locations.
yes. Well, Elevor will relay them through. Guys, you haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard it relayed from a psychic pony talking to a talking dog.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I could tell Pony
Yeah.
Cindelar.
Well,
I
are we
guess-
sending
Can you-
the pony into the house?
I would come out. I will come out.
You can
I guess
come out.
like
However,
we have phase 1, but like suppose that he goes in and he's there, and then it's like, okay,
This is some pretty classic Dungeons and Dragons planning, which is to say we use the word plan.
Okay.
I just think that Elevor should be willing to turn into a person and pop the door if he needs to.
Retcon.
Jane,
Retcon.
welcome to your first adventure with Micah.
Ding! Retcon. I talked to Bruldish. Well, we were all talking, and I told Bruldish, if I need help, then I will nibble Pony Cindelarnt's tail, and then Pony Cindelarnt will tattle on me as a dog. And by tattling on me, then Bruldish, you know that is me calling for backup.
Okay, that works.
Okay. You have a signal. That seems
Yes.
like something adventurers would do.
Yes.
Yes.
All
And
right.
if I have to, I will be undogged, but I would like to not be undogged.
we're playing a little fast and loose, so I just want to establish right now, Elevor and Androdite, not Androdite, Pony Cindelarnt are in the vicinity of the Burgermeister's mansion.
Mhm.
The rest of you are in the neighborhood of the Burgermeister's mansion,
Yeah, like looking
Yeah.
like we're heading toward the festival, but not really moving very
but
fast.
not really. And Aragal is with you,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and Irina Kolyana is with you,
Yep.
Yes.
With a hood.
But with
Wearing-
a hood.
They both
Wearing-
have hoods.
wearing matching hoods from your 6-pack of hoods from
Yes.
Hoods R Us.
Right.
As is
Yes.
Pony Cindelarnt.
Pony Cindelarnt, yes, the gothiest of ponies. Okay, so allow me to fast forward, unless you don't want me to fast forward. Dagavor, they have loaded the wagon. All of the servants and guards seem to have headed out, except there is, from your position across the road from the Burgermeister's mansion, there is one guard standing watch at the main door to the mansion.
On guard.
But there is
But
a
you have
back door
seen-
through the kitchen.
You have
know.
seen many other people file out and leave at this point. It seems like everybody is headed. And servants carrying stuff, children dressed as flowers, various people attempting to play instruments in kind of a parade-like form. Everyone is headed to the town square. But you see one dopey-looking guard standing at the front door.
I'm going to strut my stuff like I know what I'm doing and I belong here,
Mhm.
and walk up to the front door and sort of do the scratch at the door.
The guard walks over, opens the door, and lets you go in.
And then I walk inside. And
All right. Do you
then
see yourself on the map,
I
Elevor?
do.
All right. The guard closes the door, and he's standing outside. Pony Cindelarnt is waiting across the street from you, just trying to look like an innocent pony.
Pony
Look
Cindelarnt
cool.
is an innocent pony.
Yeah.
Now I will go the way that I have been led by Lena Dulina.
Okay. Which way is that?
Which way have I been led, Lena Dulina?
Up the stairs.
I will go up the stairs.
Back stairs or main stairs?
Well, I imagine that the dog can go up whatever stairs he wants.
Okay.
I'm a dog.
Elevor, you're in the foyer, lobby, vestibule
Oh my
of the
god.
Burgermeister's mansion. You've been here before. There's the main set of stairs is to your right. I think Lena reported from her scouting mission going up a back set of stairs off the kitchen, but you're
Before
here.
I go up the main set of stairs, Dogavor puts his nose in the air and sort of tries to smell up the stairs. I get whatever the heck it's called. It's not coming to me at the moment, but it is when you get to roll 2 advantage on perception.
We're team here.
Thank you very much. And we'll go with a 19 perception to see if there's any bodies upstairs. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was a 22 perception.
All right. Using your finely tuned dog sense of smell and hearing, you sense, I'm going to tell you, you know what? That's just really great. And you're a dog. You have like a 3D map of the whole building is forming in your little dog body.
Sonar.
It's in black and white because you're a dog, but you have a vision of a sleepy guard sleeping on the back steps of the mansion. You do like your brain does like a 3D virtual fly through up into the second floor, where you know that there is someone injured and breathing heavily behind the locked door in the direction that Lena told you about, and you know that there are cats in the attic.
Oh God. Okay, well, I'm not going to the attic, but I'm going to take those
And
mains. Nope.
I'm just gonna say, you know what? You're still in the foyer, but you rolled higher than 20. Some of the fur on the back of your neck kind of stands up when you think about the attic.
Oh God. Okay. Wait. Is the next floor is not the attic, right?
Right.
No, you are on the first floor. The next floor is the second floor. You don't know anything about an attic yet.
Okay, I'm gonna take the main stairs since the guard is on the back stairs.
He's out. He's like on the back steps. He's out behind the house.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, I'll take
and asleep.
and asleep. I'll take the main stairs up.
All right. Do you see? I'm just going to drag your token on the map up above you to the second floor.
Works
you see
for
that?
me.
So you go up the fancy main stairs and are up on the. This is the upstairs gallery. There's a bunch of fancy paintings that probably Lena told you about. Silk drapes over the big windows. And you are standing at one end of a long hallway that basically runs the length of the house, east to west, with two side hallways off of that to the north.
Okay.
One close to you and one farther away.
And then
It's that little 4x4 cubby up to the north.
Okay. So yeah, let's head to the little 4x4 cubby to the north.
All right. Mike, I hope you don't mind. I'm just dragging your token around for you.
Mind.
You see where it is?
Yes.
All right. So you follow Lena's specific directions that she trained into you last night, and as you were sleeping, you dreamed of this path. And so you make your way to.
I used a clicker.
Yeah.
Because I already had turned into a dog and I was being stubborn.
Yeah. To the locked door at the end of the hallway on the second floor of the Burgermeister's mansion. And you stand there. You, with your finely tuned dog senses, know that there is someone who is in some state of not wellness beyond that door. There's a little bit of a smell of blood.
Tony, I'd like to do, I don't know if you want me to do a strength check for this or if you want me to do a bite attack for this, but I would like to try to use my mastiff muscles to knock down this door.
All right, give me a strength check.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. Let me try this again. First, I would like to use my mastiff mouth, which is presumably at the height of a... Wait, does this have doorknobs or does it have a latch? Okay, it has a doorknob.
Got a doorknob. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I would like to, was that a dexterity check maybe to try and turn the knob?
Yeah, give me a quick dexterity check. Give me it with disadvantage because you're a dog.
Okay. Whew. Okay, so it's a 19. Oh my God, I got a 19 and an 18. 18 plus 1 is 19.
All right. You were totally able to do it, and except the door is locked.
Okay, now I'll do whatever you want me to do.
But you feel like it was not your dogginess that was keeping you from getting in that door.
All right, so I'll try.
It's a shame no one else was here to see it.
Yeah, it really is. I'm disappointed. To knock down the door with my muscly.
Yeah, do it.
Mastiff muscles. All right. Oh God, that's a 2. That's a 2. That's what that is.
The door kind of rattles in the frame, but seems pretty solid.
Do I hear anything when it rattles?
Yeah, there's kind of a whimper from the other side.
Okay. Elevor turns back into a human.
Okay.
And then
So disappointed.
very what's the check for unlocking stuff?
I don't think you can if you're not
I would say you would not take Elevor very long to realize that this lock is jammed. It seems like maybe somebody broke a key off in it.
Oh.
Or
okay.
something very similar.
Or a lockpick.
Yeah, which in a way is just a
It's a bad key.
Maybe you
Yeah,
can take
an
the hinges
unapproved
off.
Yeah.
Maybe I can speak with plants, and the door is made of wood. So I can speak with-
Do you also have speak
Yeah.
with the dead and speak with plants because it's a dead plant?
No one, you know
Yeah.
what? You could have taken the speak with doors spell, and you didn't.
Why didn't I? You know, that is.
Have you asked if it's a mimic and if it will open?
That's a good point. I speak friend. Does it let me enter?
It does not.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try a thing.
Mm-hmm. Really great plan, everybody.
Yeah, I just recovered all of my spell slots. Right? So,
Yeah.
did.
tell me, what is to the left and the right of this wooden door?
Wall? Wall.
And-
I'm going to say wall.
And what is this wall made of?
This is we're going further into masonry than I expected. These are interior walls. They're made of horsehair plaster. They're not. The exterior walls are a sturdier stone construction.
Now, in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, does
Mhm.
horsehair plaster count as stone should I wish to meld into stone?
There is. We'll say that the interior. You are standing at the intersection of an interior wall and an exterior wall. The exterior wall is definitely stone.
Okay, so what Elevor would like to do?
I don't know what your spells do, and I'm very concerned now.
You step into a stone object or surface large enough to fully contain your body, melding yourself and all the equipment you carry with the stone for the duration. Using your movement, you step into the stone at a point you can touch. Nothing of your presence remains visible or otherwise detectable by non-magical senses. While merged with the stone, you can't see what occurs outside it, and any wisdom checks you or perception checks you make are a disadvantage. Blah 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 blah. You can use your movement to leave the stone where you. Oh,
Yeah, this is not, I think it's not going to
Where
help
you emerge
well.
from.
Oh.
It doesn't let you phase through
Oh.
walls. It just lets you hide
No.
in one rock.
It lets you hide in one rock.
Sorry.
There's not even at, we'd think at higher levels, you can move at half your speed. No.
Mhm.
Can
I was
cure
also
the
going to say
wounds of the door?
this is going to be a great way to phase into the locked room that you then
Yeah.
couldn't get out of. So. Yeah, this door's got to go, Elevor. I think is the conclusion.
Yeah, or you might have to call in the cavalry.
All right. Elevor casts Flame Blade.
Okay. Can you
Wow.
remind the listeners and your Tony what Flame Blade does?
You evoke a fiery blade in your free hand. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar, and it lasts for the duration, which is 10 minutes.
All right. So you
use
have
your
a
action-
magic fire sword.
I have a magic fire sword that I'm going to use to slice
Saw the door
crap
open?
out of this door. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, like the lightsaber thing?
Yeah.
Where you just
Yes.
cut it? Yeah.
All right.
Cut around the
Give me you know what? Obviously, you have a fire sword. This is just a mundane door. You're going to get through the door. But give me some kind of roll, and that will probably determine how long it takes you and how much property damage you do while that's happening.
Gotcha. Let's see.
Maybe
I
it's
need
a
to-
dexterity check. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's a oh, it's a bonus action. Oh, there we go. I see now. I've got it.
You probably summon the fire sword as a bonus action, and then you have an action to attack.
Also, the
it's
door
plus
should have a
6
certain
to
number of hit
hit.
points, right?
So I got
Yeah.
21.
All right. Let's say, how do you want to do this as like kind of quick and clean, or do you want to? What's your motivation vis-a-vis doors here?
I
Elmore?
would, if I could, what I'd really love to do is if it'll slice through the metal, I want to just like slice the latch part. If I have to slice through the wood, then I'll take the time to do it.
You
But either way, I
take
wanna do it cleanly.
your what was it called? Fire sword? Flame sword?
Flame blade.
Flame blade.
Yeah, come on.
You
Fire
take your
sword.
flame blade and you gesture like you're adjusting it a little bit to crank it down, and then you just do like a flick of the wrist, and it the doorknob falls off, and there's just kind of a glowing hole where the lock mechanism was, and the door
Yes.
swings open into what used to be a linen closet, but is now some kind of makeshift cell, prison, cage. chained to the back wall of this otherwise desolate linen closet is a badly beaten man wearing nothing but a loincloth. He has iron shackles around his wrists that are linked into the wall behind him. They've cut into his wrist. He's bleeding from his wounds around his wrists. He looks hurt and ill cared for.
Now I wonder if a dog can cast flame.
He looks
blade.
up at you with kind of like big eyes, looking through his kind of scraggly, unwashed hair, uncertain about what's about to happen.
The first thing Elevor does is the universal sign for "Please be quiet." Shh.
Mm-hmm.
And he approaches.
Do you still have your flame blade on?
No, I've put that out.
Okay.
I approach very quietly with my hand strong, and I say, "Hello. What's happened here?"
My name is Udo Lukovic. I had a difference of opinion with the Baron, and he locked me up in here. I think it's been about a week.
Oh my goodness, Udo! So you've been in here for a week for a difference of opinion?
Well, I got in trouble with the Wolf's Head Jamboree.
All right, listen, I have one question for you, and it will determine whether or not I attempt to free you from this cubbyhole / linen closet, which is what I've determined this to be. I need you to answer me honestly.
Yeah.
Look me dead in my eyes.
His big eyes look you dead in your eyes.
How do you feel about the man with the monster arm?
Not a fan. He put me in here. He gave me all these bruises.
All right, we're getting you out of here, pal.
That's Izek, right?
Yeah, Izek Strozny.
I heard
AKA.
I don't know if this is important, but there's something really weird going on upstairs, man.
Yeah, so I was a dog earlier, my guy.
What?
And, yeah, and the hair on the back
Sorry,
of my...
I think something's wrong with my hearing. Can we go home?
We can go home after I finish telling you the story about how I was a dog earlier. And I smelled
he
the
starts
attic.
hitting his head. He's like, I think something's stuck in my ears.
We're going to get you out of here.
A small trickle of blood runs out of his ears as well.
Oh my God.
Well, he's been severely beaten.
And he's beating himself now.
And your story's not great.
Oh,
sorry.
Wow, okay.
You're great. He's a rough crowd. There was no warm up act.
This is true. You're right. Tough crowd. Okay, let me roll to resummon. Oh my gosh. 14, 6. Okay, 20 flame blade. It's
20 flame blades? That's a lot of
20
flame
flame blades.
How much do you want to break the manacles?
Yeah, I want to break the manacles. I can roll damage.
How much damage? Yeah, roll me damage. The manacles do have, the door had hit points also. I just figured it wasn't that hard. Manacles are built a little bit tougher than doors. That's just manacle logic.
12.
All right. You have no problem sawing through the manacles with your flame blade. Udo is now free.
Beautiful. Okay, now I've got okay, so I say, listen, don't run off yet. I have to tell you, you need to take the back door and you need to do it very quietly. It would be great if I could meet up with you later. Is there some place where I could come to find you and have a conversation with you after you sort of get yourself cleaned up?
And he gives you directions. He says, I own the shoemaker's shop in town. I'm the shoemaker. I live in an apartment above the shop.
So maybe don't go there is the thing, because they're going to come to the shoemaker shop to find you. Is there somewhere else we could meet? Because if you go to the shoemaker shop, that's going to be a bad place for us to meet you.
Do I need to leave Vallaki?
I think you might need to leave Vallaki. Have you ever heard of Little Barovia?
Yeah. I have a cousin there.
Oh, well, perfect. It's time to hang out with Cuzzo. Sort of mend old fences.
Okay, I'm going to stop by my shop and pick up some things, and then I'll get going as quick as I can.
Please hurry. But remember, out the back door, very, very quietly. There's a sleeping guard out there. You need to open. In fact, if you have any you know what? Here, have some water. Take this water. Take a drink of water. You taking a drink of water? Perfect.
He greedily drinks a bunch of water.
What you're going to do is when you get down to the first floor, you're going to spit on the hinges of the back door to sort of lubricate them up a little bit. So that way they don't squeak when the back door opens. Got it?
Got it.
All right, then you'll be able to get out very quietly.
Elevor gains inspiration for knowing a bunch about doors as a druid should know about doors. So,
Now, what do I do if I already have inspiration? Do I get double
it's a
inspiration?
waste.
Oh, darn it.
You're double inspired.
Yeah.
And however,
I feel
give,
so
for
inspired.
future notice, you can give your inspiration to other players.
So, all right. So Udo runs off, trying hard as he can to make as much spit as he can for reasons. And Pony Cindelarnt sees in the distance a disheveled, bloody shoemaker peek out the back door of the Burgermeister's mansion, sneak past a sleeping guard, and disappear into the streets of Vallaki.
Yes.
You've
Did
done a
it,
good
I
thing
think,
today,
guys.
people.
Elevor is going to oh god, I gotta use two wild no, I can use the back door too. I use the back door to slink out and head
All right.
to the festival.
Roll me stealth.
Well, I'll just use inspiration if I have to. Oh god. So say I roll a 12 stealth. You think I should try to roll that again, or how you feeling about that? There, Tony
Is that a question
Cinderella?
for a Tony or for a group of players?
It's a question for anyone's anything.
Well, you were a dog. How deeply asleep did that guy smell?
That's a good point. I did roll a 22 after all.
I'll say very. He smelled very asleep.
All right, I'm going to try.
I'm Tony Sindelar, and I know how dogs work.
I'm going to try to sneak past the backdoor guard with a 12.
All right, you disappear into the gray, rainy, drizzly afternoon of Vallaki without issue. You meet up with Pony Cindelarnt across the street from the Burgermeister's mansion. You know that your friends are nearby. Elevor, give me one last perception check before we have you meet up with your friends.
Alrighty, I can do that. And unfortunately, I had to turn back into a human, so I don't get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
13 for 16.
You know, as you are making your way, you give one last kind of look back over your shoulder, just to make sure that the guards aren't following you. They're not. And you can't help but notice a strange flash of purple light from the attic window of the Burgermeister's mansion. Meanwhile, everybody else.
Flash purple?
I'm Tony Sindelar, and I don't know how cats work. We are going to lose all of our educational funding for this podcast.
Look, you're being honest at least. You're not pretending like you know how cats work and saying you know how cats work.
It's true. And honesty is the worst policy. That is what I am teaching you on this podcast today.
In Barovia, anyway.
Yeah. So we are back. You have kept your distance, but you are on the edges of the crowd, ready to run back to the Burgermeister's mansion if you get the signal from your psychic steed that is Pony Cindelarnt. And various bits of you, perhaps you're cycling through in rotations or whatnot, but you see the under the raining skies, the festival of the blazing sun make way. It starts off with a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudging through the muddy streets. They occasionally, it's not too long before a couple at the front of the procession trip in the mud, and there is then a cascade of muddy children dressed as flowers flailing about in the mud, and the men and women of Vallaki scowl as they try and get their beloved children back on their feet so the procession can continue. There are a few, they look like mainly servants of Baron Valakovich playing instruments, and let's just be honest, their heart is not in it. These are not good performances. There is not a trained bard anywhere to be seen. Isaac Strasny is leading, standing next to the wagon that's making its way kind of in a loop around the town square, and at the apparently the appointed hour, the wagon pulls up to the stage, and he, using a somewhat complicated system of ropes and pulleys, they hoist the big 10-foot diameter wicker ball up onto kind of like a crane-like structure, so it's hanging, just at about eye height over the stage. And then there is a kind of a new procession. Weary spectators from the crowd seem to know to assemble, and they are handed by Izek Strozny little containers of oil that they are splashing the Wicker Sun with. After that happens, that takes a while as everyone has a compulsory chance to splash the Wicker Sun. The Baron takes the stage. He looks out across the people. He raises his hands high and he says, "All will be well." There is a crash of thunder and lightning. People look concerned. Izek Strozny hands the Baron a torch, and he takes the Baron takes the torch and proceeds toward his Wicker Sun. The sputtering torch is barely holding it together in the rain that starts to pour stronger and stronger. And as he marches defiantly toward the Wicker Ball, he holds it out, thrusts it at the wooden Wicker Sphere, and nothing happens because it is soaked with rainwater.
It's an auspicious day.
All is well.
Lena elbows
Oh,
people
well.
and says, if we want to get in with him, one of you who can do, magic stuff, maybe help him out.
There's not a person in the inside of that, is there?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay.
And you had pretty much direct supervision of it the whole time.
Right.
Okay.
So
I don't have any way to start fires, so I can't help.
it is up to you. You could also choose. This could be a great time. It seems like it's going to take a little while before that Wicker Ball gets going. If you wanted to go off and reconnect with Elevor.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Let's prioritize that while he's working on setting this thing on fire. That doesn't help us.
Yeah,
much.
Okay.
And Elevor's the one that would actually be able to be helpful.
I think that we need to make sure that we are all seen here, though, as an alibi.
Has anybody in particular noticed us? Like, we're different people.
Right.
I'm a dwarf. We've got Crucible standing here. Have people been giving us looks?
You're not super entrenched in the town, but you know who is here, who has seen you and would recognize all of you?
Rictavio?
No.
Oh.
That was so sad.
Rictavio is nowhere to be seen. He's just passing through. He's not a
It's
local.
the monkey, isn't it?
It is the owner of the monkey. And also the monkey. It is Blinsky. And his he gave you a nod at some point.
No fun.
He is there dutifully as a lifelong resident of Vallaki. He attends all the compulsory festivals, and his monkey is there too. Because you don't leave a monkey unsupervised in a toy shop. That is
never
not
leave
a
a
That's
monkey
rule
behind.
1.
yeah,
No, of course, you bring the monkey to the bonfire.
yeah.
All right, so we can go and reconnect with Elevor then.
Do you want to give me a quick? I don't know if you want to roll, or if you are there particular people you are looking for in the crowd of the various people that you have met in your time in Vallaki?
I'm kind of curious about the Wachter family to see if they're around and if they look happy about it.
Brill, just give me a quick perception check.
That is a 16 plus 1. 17.
17, that's pretty good. You've been here for a while watching things get set up. You've seen no sight of Lady Fiona Wachter, and no sign of her sons, Carl or Nikolai Wachter.
My bros?
No bros in sight.
We established both Izek and the Baron are visible.
Yes, Izek the Baron and the Baroness is nearby as well. But Izek and the Baron are kind of center stage.
Are there dogs there too?
Yeah, the dogs are there. So, and it seems like all the household servants and guards from the Baron's house, aside from, it seems like he left the two not so great guards at home.
Smart.
Any other people that you've met in Vallaki that you want to ask about?
The innkeeper and family.
Yeah, they're kind of keeping their distance off on the edge, but they're there. You see Erwin Mardukov, his wife, and his 2 children.
But not Rictavio?
No sign of Rictavio.
He's at his tower.
Or he's just at the inn.
Or
The inn
he's
is
the purple light.
The inn is probably closed for business because of the compulsory festival.
If the
I mean,
innkeeper's
Samuel
here.
L. Jackson is the purple light, but
No, we can double back and catch up with Elevor, see what's going on with him.
All right, and so you reconnect with Elevor, not too far from the Burgermeister's mansion, not too we'll say you're like halfway between the mansion and the town square, a short walk from either. How do you like that? Where you see the familiar sight of Elevor and your trusty steed, Pony Cindelarnt, tropping down the muddy, rainy road in your direction.
Were you able to free the captive?
Yeah, so there was a man who makes shoes that was trapped inside of a linen closet. There were no linens in the closet, just a man who makes shoes.
Is shoemaking illegal in Vallaki now?
No, but getting in trouble by disagreeing with the Burgermeister, aka the Baron, is illegal in the Jewel Crown of Big Barovia. And so I was able to free the shoemaker. His name is not Schumacher; it's Udo, and I don't remember his last name.
Oh, that was one of the missing servants, I think, wasn't it?
No.
Nope.
I'm trying to find. I thought we had the names of two of the missing servants, and I thought that was one of them.
It may have been something very similar.
Oh, okay.
So it was Ludovic. Is that his last name? Udo.
Yes.
Udo Ludovic. Ludovic. Okay. So Udo was going to go back to. I asked him, hey, let's get you out of here now, but I'd love to meet up and have a chat with you later, see what happened, what's going on, and learn some stuff from you. But Udo was going to go back to his shop, his shoemaker shop, and obviously that would be a bad idea to stay at the shoemaker shop because the Baron's going to find out that he's gone. So he's going to Little Barovia, which happens to be the same place where a squirrel wearing an orange head wrap told us there's a treasure buried under the biggest tree in Barovia, Little Barovia. So we could sort of kill two birds, one squirrel with one stone, meet up with Udo Ludovic, also dig for this treasure that this god being said was canon. Yeah. So anyway, point being, we did save. Thank you. We thank you for those instructions on how to get to the proper place. Saved him and got out without a scratch, and I didn't even have to nibble Pony Cindelarnt's tail.
Did you notice anything else unusual about the house while you were there?
Well, as I was leaving, actually, I should say, as we were leaving, I happened to sort of look back over my shoulder just to give it one last pass by, maybe hold up a rude gesture. And I saw a purple flashing light by the way, this place, the Burgermeister's place, has an attic, and there are cats in the attic, and there's a purple flashing light in the attic. And also, when I was a dog and I thought about the attic, the hair on the back of my dog neck stood on end. So there's like some bad juju going on up in the attic.
Tony, what would I have to roll to take a stab at what might cause purple flashes?
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
Religion,
Arcana?
Yeah, how about give me Arcana?
Not religion?
Not religion.
The religion
No,
of
that
the purple light.
glows either green or white. Those are the colors of religion glowing.
I got 11.
16.
You think that there are probably a variety of cantrips that might give off a flash of purple light. It is a rather unusual color to see in the natural world, especially in an empty attic.
Well, unfortunately, it may be much more difficult to investigate now that they know that their security is compromised.
Unless we go right now.
We could go right now.
We could go right now.
Elivor, how did you manage to evade detection?
Well, there's a sleeping guard at the back door, but I don't know how much longer the sleeping guard's going to be asleep. When I was a dog, I sniffed and the man was very, very, very asleep. But whatever we do, we can't take the front door unless we're all dogs, in which case we can all take the front door. Although we can't really do that because there are only two dogs. Would you like me to stop talking? Did you have something you wanted to say?
I think that is sufficient. I was going to suggest perhaps if the guard was not fully asleep, he could take an enforced nap.
Now, does that mean death?
No, I simply meant a longer nap.
Oh, now he's fine with killing people.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That doesn't sound right. So you have a sleeping method?
It is called a conk on the head.
I'm really good at that.
The classic conk on the head maneuver.
But if
Sorry, go ahead.
If we could avoid waking him at all, that would perhaps be beneficial. But let us at least move in that direction, and we can figure this out en route.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
so you all head to the back door of the Burgermeister's mansion. Do you see all your tokens? I'm going to move them.
Yep.
Argal and Lena are still with you.
Oh my God, Argal.
I'm here to help. That's not what he sounds like.
Okay, so we're gonna approach.
I'm here.
We're
to
gonna
help.
approach as much from the rear as possible. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
how this is situated in terms of the town, but
Uh,
we basically don't want to walk past the guard at the front door if we can help it.
that seems totally doable.
Yeah.
There is a lazy guard snoring loudly on the back step by the back stoop.
I leave him a pamphlet for sleep apnea.
By or on?
Bye. He's on like a little.
Okay.
He's got like a little stool next to the stoop that he's sleeping on.
Stoop guy.
So do we all want to try to go up? Or we're back to, do we split the party
I think if,
Honestly, Elevor got the heebie friggin' jeebies.
I think we should
with
all
that. Oh
Okay.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any way to make sure that he stays asleep that is not conch related?
Now, when you say conch, do you mean the shell that comes from the ocean, or do you mean the blast upon the head?
If anyone has a sense by which a shell from the ocean could help, we can do that too.
I
Are
blow
there
my
oceans
magic
in
conch.
Barovia?
There are no oceans in Barovia. It is a landlocked state.
Yes, blaring the magic conch will surely help this man to remain asleep.
hey you!
Also, it is. You have to be holding the magic conch to talk. So
Magic conch, will I ever get married?
I don't have a sleep spell, so if somebody else does,
I don't either.
you just have metal fists.
I can speak with plants, but I don't see how that helps in this instance.
So the other, I mean,
flippin' druids.
if we are going to conch him, we should then also like tie him up. So that he can't catch us on, because basically not only would we all have to sneak by once, we would have to then sneak by a second time.
Does somebody
and
have,
that is,
does somebody have a bag that we could put over his head and then just tie him up?
Cut some air holes.
It's out like a
Crucible.
burlap sack, you know.
So no one has a
sure.
sleep spell. Wait, do I have a potion of sleeping? That's not
that
a
would be
thing.
I
convenient.
think that's called a
Yeah.
sedative.
Yeah.
I have a lot of garlic. That's probably not helpful.
Also,
That's
if we
called
put,
smelling salts.
Broldish is like, let me just
let me
try
put
Okay.
it this way:
So-
if we walk up on him while he's sleeping quietly, shove a bag over his head, and tie his like arms up, then he
Yeah.
won't see us, which is great.
But he might shout.
We can
You have to,
scream.
you have to
Okay,
gag
he
him
stuffed
first.
Sock in
Yes.
his mouth.
Yes. Okay. So while
Dan,
we're wearing
Dan,
the hoods,
Dan. Have you ever tried to stuck a sock in someone's mouth while also putting a bag over their
I
head?
plead the fifth.
Sock first.
Okay.
Bag
okay,
second.
hoods
Thank
up.
you, Erica. Thank
Okay.
you. Finally,
Hoods up.
somebody.
Yeah. Step one, hoods up.
All right.
Step two. Bag.
Irina says, what are we doing? This seems
Oh,
dangerous.
wait, Arena, do you have a magic spell for sleeping?
No, I have a sword.
Aragon? Arago?
You can call me Strider. It's something I'm trying out now.
Strider, do you have a spell for sleeping?
No, I am the deadliest assassin in this garden.
Can you assassinate someone to sleep?
Okay, let's
Uh,
not.
it
I think
is-
we're-
No.
It is the big sleep, as they say. I'm trying to talk cool now. Is it working?
It's working, Strider.
You're great. Yeah.
I could
Uh-huh.
also charm him.
Oh.
Not Strider, but the sleeping guard.
You're already charming me, Eleanor.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Charming works well. How long does that last?
Also, the people who are charmed do remember that they were charmed.
Right.
Yeah.
And they would remember who charmed them.
Everything. Yes.
There. Well, then we can do the big sleep.
Yeah, I think it's time for him to spend some time in a bag.
Yeah, it's sack time for this guy.
Yes.
All right. Who is the lead on Operation Sack? Guys, I
Not
need to be
me.
clear
I'm
here.
not. a part
This
of
is
this.
the worst guard in Barovia.
Yeah. I
Little
think
bit.
The
we can
second
just
worst
sleeping.
guard is at the front door and is not asleep. This is the worst guard in Barovia. There's like, how many of you? 7 of you and a mean dog. So
Yeah,
I-
but some
I
people
think
in
we
this
can-
party don't want to kill this guard.
I understand.
Wait.
And I'm just saying, he's not a threat. You can very easily, non-lethally
Yeah.
put a bag over him.
And then we
It's
leave
just amazing
our-
to me what you guys focus on for.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to use the word loosely, plans.
Yeah, we need to at least put a bag over his head because otherwise, like a little, metagaming, there are 5 of us and we'll be rolling stealth twice. So someone will fail.
And it will be me because my stealth is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am just asking. You've got a plan. Again, you've done. This is now. I am your dungeon master and your project manager.
Can we please
You've
gag
discussed
before
a
we
lot of
bag?
ideas here. I want to know who's going to
Yeah.
put the bell on the cat or the bag on the guard.
Yeah,
So
first-
I think that's at least a one, maybe a 2-person job, and I got to know who's.
I think that it should probably be me because I am a human.
Mhm.
So they might not be able to recognize what human is doing it.
Oh, good
Mhm.
point.
Mhm. Well, I mean, you could do the sock, and then
Right.
somebody else could be standing sort of behind wherever he's asleep, and as soon as
Yeah.
the sock's in, bag overhead.
No, guys, here's what you do. You get the bag over his head, then you turn him upside down, and you fill all the empty space in that bag with socks.
Yeah.
Just checking, how many socks do you guys have between you?
Or coins.
Okay,
Not
so-
coins, Dan. Those will choke. Coins are
So
choking.
Lena
Yeah.
would like to basically have a sack in one hand and a gag in the other with her hood up, walk
Yes,
up behind him.
Haunted one background.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she's like, I remember the first time I had to do this.
Yeah, Lena, just a clarification for how spooky is the gothic horror that we're playing. Remember, this is a special holiday episode. Clean sock, dirty sock.
Stocking.
Ew.
Oh,
But what is the state of the cleanliness
Yeah.
of
No,
the
no, just because
stocking?
it's festive, you know, like
Okay.
ho ho ho, hanging
Oh.
over the
that kind of
mantelpiece.
stocking.
Yeah, okay,
Yes,
that's very
okay.
different. That's a very different.
Okay, so basically, it's Barovia. Has anyone in Barovia ever had a clean sock?
Clean socks don't
That's
exist
a
in
good
Barovia.
point.
Canon.
Canon.
Yeah. So
Somebody add
basically,
that to the list.
It's not a
with
race.
strangely practiced ease, sock goes in,
Bag comes out.
sack goes on,
Yep. And then you tie his hands behind him.
tie his hands.
Isn't that like a Death Cab song? When the sack goes in. the bag goes
Lena
out.
Delina, what skill check do you think corresponds to this most directly?
I think
If
that
you
there
say
are a lot
animal
of.
handling, I'm quitting.
I think that there are a lot of moving parts going
Yeah.
on, so I'd say acrobatics just to like get that speed of tying around.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Give me a quick acrobatics check. I don't think you have advantage.
But she's done it so much.
Okay,
She said
that
so.
is a 13.
All right, you get the sock in the mouth, and he is squirming and wriggling. People, you see that Lena has not quite sealed the deal here. Does someone want to run up and help?
Yeah, I'll help.
All right, Crucible clanks over with his distinctive robot footsteps.
Could be someone in armor.
Burn-
You don't know.
Forever burned into the memory of this guard, who is, though sleeping, finally attuned to robot noises.
How about I use my athletic skill to keep him pinned down while Lena finishes
Yeah.
the job?
Yeah.
22.
When you say finishes the job,
All right, you
No.
hold his arms to his sides, and Lena gets the bag firmly over his head, and you feel confident that probably he doesn't know who did this. So
Yep.
he's tied up, he's got a sock in his mouth, a bag on his head, another bag on his feet, just as a show of force, and you are ready to sneak into the house.
So we bring him in.
hmm
do we bring him in? Why don't we leave him here?
Yeah, you leave him in the room
because
off
if
to-
anyone walks behind the
Yeah.
building, they'll see him
If
there.
anyone
Yeah.
walks in the kitchen, that seems bad too. All right.
there's a
Is
room.
there a pantry?
There's
we
a
can
room
stash
off
them
the
in?
kitchen where they
Okay,
keep
great.
tied up guards.
All right.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
use that.
Oh,
We'll put
Add
him
them to
in
the
the
others.
potato closet,
Yeah.
All right.
the
You
room
know.
that people have.
the
Done.
tuber
Yeah.
closet.
In there and up the back stairs.
All right, that
Yeah.
took a very long time.
it really did.
All right. You know what? Irina and Aragal say, we'll stand watch back here in the garden
Great
because
plan.
what you guys are doing is real dumb.
And we can
I
have
mean, they're
Pony
not
watch
wrong.
like around the side of the house.
Yeah. So does the attic go the entire size of the house?
You don't know.
Well, there are stairs over here. And there's also
There are windows on the attic level at both sides of the house.
Okay.
But
So
the back stairs
I-
end here.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah. So basically the attic stairs aren't accounted for.
Right
Nope.
here.
So
All right.
Nope.
Oh, this
No.
is
that
up.
goes down.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. so
I see.
Lead the
okay.
way, Lena.
So Lena has already scouted half of the
Yep.
the upstairs briefly before. You were under, it was when the house was full of people. So I don't know. I'm going to suggest, and this is a thing where a dungeon master is your friend, that you might split up to cover more ground.
No.
Yep. So there are two doors that we haven't accounted for.
Yeah,
so
let's check
I don't
said
know
doors.
that we need to split up like all that much.
Yeah, let's not do that yet.
Well, check the first
Um,
door.
Okay, so inspecting that first door.
All right, so you make your way back
Inspect
to the
first.
center of the second floor. Lena had previously scouted out various chambers that looked like they were probably related to the Baron and the Baroness. Their private bedroom, and they had a dressing room and a bathroom and a fancy library/study. But there were 2 rooms unaccounted for. You stop at the first door. The door is locked.
Okay, let's try and should I try and unlock it?
Elevor says, now there was a door that had the sort of key like broken off into it. And we would, just sort of be careful. These locks seem to be kind of old.
How about an 18?
All right. You know what? You just barely get it unlocked. That was a surprisingly well put together lock.
Yeah.
But you're able to pick the lock. It clicks. And do you want to open the door?
Yes.
All right. Lena Delina, the door swings open quietly. You peek through. This room is full of dolls. Why did it have to be dolls? Dolls.
Do they look like Irina?
Pretty girls with white skin and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, others plainly. Some of them fill a bookshelf. Others are arranged in neat rows on wall-mounted shelves. Still others piled atop a bed and a heavy wooden chest.
How many are there?
Most odd is that all of the dolls, apart from their clothing, look the same. They all look like Irina Kolyana.
This is so creepy.
So I like to imagine that she's like, come on, there are only 2 doors. We don't know where it is. Walks over, pops the lock, peeks in, and then just closes the door. And she's like, just dolls, and then keeps going.
I like that. I like
All right.
it.
Just that's the dolls' room. That's where the dolls live.
All right, the next door down the hallway is unlocked. You peek through. This is another bedroom. It seems rather handsomely appointed. It contains a canopied bed, a low bookshelf, full-length mirror, and set into the north wall is an arched window of leaded glass. Nothing here seems unusual.
Perception checks, people.
Is this one of those houses where you have to pull the attic stairs out of the ceiling somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rolled an 11 on perception.
I look up.
Let's see. Where are you,
I'm in the
Brildis? You look
hallway.
up in the hallway. You
Yep.
do not see anything conspicuous in the ceiling above you.
I also
I'll look
rolled
up
an
here.
11 on perception.
You look up. You see nothing conspicuous in the ceiling above you.
All right.
You know
is,
what?
Is that what you're doing now? You're looking for an attic hatch?
Oh, no.
I'm
I was
wondering
looking in
if
the
there's
room.
another door off of the lady of the house's room. Actually, that wall doesn't look like it's totally accounted for.
That may be a visual glitch.
That may be a visual thing. Okay, then
Yeah.
I guess we're looking for ceiling hatches.
Yeah.
We
Good old ceiling
fan
hatches.
out and look for them. Can I pop
Yep.
in this
Now-
study
now
here?
I'll split the pour.
I'll look in the linen closet.
Yeah. I was going to go in the
I'm
study
going to
and
check the conservatory.
yeah, I'm going to go in the study too, and I'm going to look for
Books.
like switches
Yeah,
or
I'll do-
like I'm going to pull books and do all that kind of weird
I'll roll a
stuff.
perception in the study.
All right. So you're checking. You split up. You're checking each room for secret passageways, hatches, whatnot.
I flipped the bed.
I rolled a
Okay.
I rolled a 23 perception in the study.
All right. You are searching the study. Crucible, you feel relatively certain that there is no secret passage in the study.
Someone might want to check the linen closet. That is also a place where they keep shoemakers.
I'm checking that, although my perception check was
Elevor, did you
really
roll a
crap.
perception check?
Not yet, because
Okay.
I flipped the bed first.
Indeed.
All right, and now... Oh, how about, let's see what that is. 22.
You spot. It's not that. It's neither conspicuous or inconspicuous. There's no little string for it, but there is a kind of a trapdoor in the ceiling of the master bedroom that looks like it must provide access to the attic.
Everyone come to the master.
Excuse me?
Sorry, the master bedroom has a hatch in the ceiling.
Yep.
Did anyone, Lena, you didn't, you did some sweeps of some rooms more thoroughly than others. Did anyone want to check any of the various rooms on the second floor before you go up?
I think as Lena passes again, she wants to see if there's anything is this a workspace where the dolls are created, or is this just where they chill?
So this is specifically someone's bedroom. I mean, there is...
God, I hate that so much.
There is a bed, there's a chest of drawers, there's, lots of
The bed
shelves.
has dolls on it?
This is probably
the bed
Isaac's
is,
room.
Yeah, the bed is covered in a pile
This
of
is
dolls.
probably
I
Isaac's
hate
room.
this.
It
Okay,
seems
this.
extremely likely that this is Isaac Strasny's room.
Okay, so if it's Isaac's room, there is a chest in there, right?
Yeah.
Should I go see what's in the chest? I feel like we want to take his stuff.
Ooh, we do want to take his stuff.
We want to
Or
learn
is
more
that
about him.
pushing our luck?
No, do
No,
it.
take his
We're
stuff.
we're
Take
already
his stuff.
pushing our luck.
Yeah,
okay.
we're in.
I will
Okay,
watch. I will stand guard outside.
Yeah.
So and again, there's a feel free to. I am telling you in a non-sinister voice. You are trying to search this house quickly and quietly while people are at the festival. It seems not unsafe to split up to cover more ground if you want to search various
Okay.
rooms. So Lena
I wanna
Delina, you are focused.
Pop open that chest.
You are focused on the upsetting doll room, which seems like it is the private quarters of Isaac Strasny, Monster Arm owner and loyal bodyguard to the Baron of Vallaki. You pop open the chest. It's unlocked. It contains a heap of wrinkled clothes of similar shape and sizes. Looks like it's Isaac's laundry. And as you root through it, at the bottom there is a short sword in a sheath under his laundry.
Just in case.
Yeah, I'll
Take it.
I mean, I guess I have no way of knowing if it's a magic sword or not.
So
No,
take
you
it
don't know.
and then find out later.
Okay, I'll take it.
And just to remember, guys, you did cut a hole in a door. So,
Subtlety
I
has
didn't
gone
know
out the
somebody was here.
window or door. As it
you
were.
tied up a guy and put a bag on his head. So, like,
Yeah, I guess the jig is up. I'll just take the sword.
you take the sword. Lena, it appears to be a non-magical short sword.
Okay, then I put the sword back.
Okay.
The
Can I check this little room here? This little powder room,
closet?
or whatever
Yes.
it is?
So, Elevor, why don't you give me a quick perception check in there?
That's the room with the dresses in it, right?
14 is 17.
This is... Sorry, I'm just scrolling around in
fancy
my
schmancy walking
document
closet.
that is too long.
Scrolling my way downtown, walking.
This is that you have found there's kind of a master bedroom closet off of the Baron and Baroness's bedroom, and it's full of all kinds of fancy clothing hanging on hooks and hangers and whatnot. Lots of fancy boots and slippers and whatnot.
Okay, I'm definitely taking a pair of fancy boots.
You take a pair of fancy boots.
Can I?
Broldish, you are standing watch in the hallway while Lena looks around this room full of dolls with increasing concern.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, how many dolls are there? Are there so many dolls? Are there few enough dolls that we would be able to just take all of them? I don't like leaving him with any of these.
There are a
agree.
lot of dolls, people.
Oh, God. Why does he have
Yeah.
so many dolls?
Yeah.
I don't like this guy.
Can I?
So since it's just the two of them, Lena says, if we don't want him to have the dolls, we're gonna have to kill him.
Meanwhile,
point.
Crucible.
I am poking through this room that has the strange
Mhm.
dress on the mannequin.
All right. This room, strangely, seems to be it's this room. It seems to be like a place where maybe the Baroness would be dressed. It smells strongly of perfume. Would you roll, Crucible?
19.
19. So it's clearly like there's a collection of perfume bottles on the little vanity here. Let's see what else. There is a white gown stored here. It looks like it's a bridal gown that's been placed on a mannequin from quite a long time ago. There's a very ornate gilded mirror set in the wall. And yeah,
Anything unusual?
no.
Somebody check the bathroom. That tub looks suspicious.
There is a bathroom. It is a bathroom. It's got a tub.
Do we want to hit the attic?
I'm going to perception check the bathroom. Got to do it.
All right.
13 plus 3, 16.
It's bathroom.
All right, let's hit the attic.
All right. Anything that you wanted? So you have taken with you. Did you take the short sword or no?
No, I put it back because it's
So far,
sword.
you have taken 2 fancy. Did you take boots, Elevor?
I took a pair of fancy boots, yes.
Fancy boots. They're yours. So you pull open the hatch. There is a basically a ladder slowly descends, and you are able to climb up into the attic. If you scroll up on your map, there's a room in the.
Oh, it's teeny.
It's teeny.
It's a little
and
teeny room.
this seems to be like a little attic room. It's surprisingly dust-free. Little 20-foot square room, has a high-pitched ceiling because of the shape of the roof. There are exposed wooden rafters here that are shrouded in cobwebs. There's an old table with a lantern here. The room is otherwise empty. Elevor, I'm going to say that you feel pretty certain that this is not the window that you saw light coming from, which leads you to believe it was a window on the other side of the house. There is a door on the south side of this tiny little room.
Perception check. Just to check out this room, see if there's anything. Oh, God. Well, Tony, that's a 1.
You feel like it's a room. There's a lantern.
I got a 13 on a perception check.
Yep. Let me tell you more about this sweet lantern.
Can I crack open that door slightly?
Sure. All right. You peek open the door. This seems to lead to a much larger
mess.
space, and it is a mess. It is full of old, forgotten things. You know, you don't get to be Baron and Baroness without acquiring a lot of stuff. So there's all kinds of furniture and barrels and crates, and some of it is neatly stacked, and some of it is not neatly piled, and some of it is draped in white sheets. Some of it is covered with cobwebs and dust. There does seem like there's kind of a path through the junk heading to the east side of the house.
Interesting.
I rolled a 21 to listen to see if I hear anyone talking or any rustling or footsteps.
You hear, you know what, Imra? You / Androdite, you think it sounds kind of like laughter coming from the east side of the attic.
I'm going to whisper that I'm hearing something that sounds like laughter. Someone's up here.
All right. When I would like to,
Lena's going to unsheath her sword.
I would like to poke my head out the door and use Divine Sense.
And what does Divine Sense tell you?
So I can use an action to detect good and evil. So until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. That's why I need to stick my head out the door in order to do it, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to notice anything.
Not behind total cover.
Mm-hmm.
So that means, can you see through walls?
So I don't think I'd be able to see through walls, but and I'm only going to do it like.
Why would he be asking that question?
if I look out and I discover that that there's just a wall and I can see everything in the room and there's nothing moving there, I probably won't use it right away. But I want to. I'm basically ready to pop it off. At a moment's notice.
All right, you do not see any movement in the large room you're looking into.
Can I see farther than that though? Like,
do you want to step into the room?
Well, I mean, if I'm sticking my head out the door and looking around the corner, because I'm a dwarf, I have low light vision or whatever it is.
You can. I'll reveal more of the map for you.
Oh God!
Okay. It's a long room full of junk, and you think you see a wall and a door on the far side of it.
This is that store you were talking about earlier. Only open from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
And you have to spend more than $40.
It all comes in a circle.
All right. I am gonna use Divine Sense.
Okay.
Like, I want to see if there's anything in this room, like this just room full of nonsense.
Junk.
Yeah.
Yep. You use Divine Sense. There is nothing evil in this room. It's just messy.
Gotcha.
I'm going to kind of lightly knock an arrow and just be ready. And I'm just going to move out into the path. And
all right.
And
do you want me to
I'm going to
go first?
I'm going to try to be stealthy.
Oh, then I will not go first.
24.
All right, you are moving silently across the between the mountains of junk.
Okay.
There is a path. Imra, do you want to give me a perception check on the path?
Yeah. It's 24.
You notice that there is basically seems like a single set of footprints in the dust going back and forth.
Does it look like
humanoid?
And that was when you carried me.
Boot prints.
I was gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna whisper that behind me, and I'm just gonna sneak all as far as I can go. I do have dark vision, if that matters right now.
All right.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell Androdite to stay in that room for now.
All right. You are making
I'm
your way
just gonna-
silently and stealthily across the darkened attic storage room full of all kinds of old, disused items, picking your way between trunks and crates and old couches and discarded candelabras and whatnot. At the far side of the room, there is a door. Let's see. And someone has carved a large skull into this door. There's a doorknob on the door. Hanging from it is a wooden sign that reads in common, "All is not well!" Exclamation point.
That's not what I've been told.
Uh-oh.
That's the theme of Barovia. I would like to.
Let me just ask everybody else: Elevor, Lena Delina, Brildish, Crucible. You're still back in that little room just at the top of the ladder.
Lena can be sneaky, theoretically, Lena can be asleep.
I think Crucible was
Sneaky.
waiting for Imra to give them some sort of signal that it was
Yep.
safe to come.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Until I guess gonna help me, please. I'm not moving because, as I said earlier, I got the heebie-jeebies about this place, so I'm just gonna stay in that room.
So Lena has a 20. So she is also going to sneak out. And then sees, Imra is standing at the
Mhm.
door, and then I guess gestures behind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe silently, miming to Imra, should we keep going?
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll a perception check to see if I hear anything. 15.
You hear a voice. It kind of sounds like maybe a young person's voice, kind of laughing, and it seems like just talking to himself. Yeah, and then I did this. Peas and carrots.
Hey, I'm going to, I don't know, how do I mime laughter? I'm going to shrug. I'm going to motion everybody to come. I think we're in it, so we need
I'll
to just
try
go.
to be quiet.
What is are you wearing heavy armor or no?
Let's see. Shield, chainmail.
Yeah, so I think that
Yeah.
is an advantage on stealth checks. With you.
Disadvantage on stealth, yeah.
I can give you a
Maybe
bonus, but you're still going to have disadvantage.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't know how helpful that is.
Lena and I should crack open the door before the noisy people come.
So it's 50, 60 feet away. So it would take you an entire round of dashing to get over there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, I think it might make sense for us to try and ascertain exactly what's going on.
I mean, it's either going to take us around to get over there, or we're going to wake them up when we're half a round away.
Yeah, we could potentially get a surprise round.
Yeah.
But only two
To
of you,
do
so-
what, though?
Yeah. Although, I mean, a surprise round for two of us is still
Yeah, that's fair. Whatever you guys want to do.
if you don't go until the next round, that's equivalent.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do, just make the call.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Lena and Imra are
Yeah. I'm just going to open the door.
Yeah.
And burst in.
Imra, as you place your hand upon the doorknob, you hear a kind of momentary crackle. Your hand gets warm as the sigil of a glyph of warding burns your palm momentarily, and then there is an explosion of lightning throughout the attic, for you have triggered a glyph of warding on this protected door. Lena and Imra, give me a saving throw.
What kind of saving throw?
What kind of saving
This
throw?
is death.
The glyph of warding.
I
saving
suspect
throw.
it's Dex for glyph of warding.
Boy, that's a bummer because not only do I know what a glyph of warding is since I can cast that spell, but I have Dispel Magic, which probably would have been pretty handy.
Probably.
23.
I also rolled 19 plus 4 for 23.
All right. Each of you succeed, so you're going to take half of 33 damage and are flung a decent distance back from the door. The door kind of hangs on its hinges, and a nasally teenage
I
voice
immediately
calls out, "Be gone, intruders!" What
Yes.
will happen in Total Party Kill? Why are they in this attic? Why didn't they just leave the Locky when they had a chance? Is this the end or the beginning of the end? Anything could happen. For answers to questions such as these, tune in next season for the Total Party Kill Dog and Pony Show. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
The end.
Tuesday
night.
night.